Hello, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review, or some would say the last Monday Night Raw, basically of this year and whatnot. There's a lot to say about this show tonight. I know it's been a very tough 48 hours in the world of professional wrestling right now, and everything with the loss of Brody Lee, Luke Harper. However you want to call him and whatnot. They did put a graphic up for him at the beginning, before the show started. For John Huber, or mostly known by WWE fans, Luke Harper and whatnot. As I just said before, we do kick off the show, which they did have Tom Phillips say it's Monday, and you know what that means, because Brody Lee did say that a lot online and on Twitter, so they do know he said that. Drew McIntyre basically came out and said that also, saying it's Monday. You know what that means. He even did the yeah as he did in the ring. I remember Luke Harper always doing that yeah. So it was a very nice tribute from both of them. But Drew McIntyre was out to talk about who was going to be his next challenger, then who's going to be the number one contender for the WWE Championship next week, as they're doing this whole Legends Night next week and everything. Who is going to be facing him? Sheamus came out as McIntyre, talk about Sheamus. I told you be cool last week, and you go on and kick Keith Lee in the face. And Sheamus talking about, I'm honored that, requested this match and everything. But, we know, we're talking about 15 years now about facing each other for the WWE Championship, as Sheamus says he's going to kick Keith Lee's head off his shoulders and then face you for the WWE title. Keith Lee came out then, and yes, you did kick me last week after we won the match and everything, but I knew I could not trust you, and there's been zero trust, okay? And, your word is good as his, as he told Drew, as Keith Lee said he's going to take Sheamus out on the spot. When this bell rings, as Keith Lee told Drew that, he may stab you in the back. I suggest you watch out. Sheamus says, I kicked you last week because you want to go running around telling everybody I would take out my best friend and whatnot. But Drew says, you know what? Listen, we're opening the show. That's what we're not going to wait. We're going to do this right now. We're going to have this number one contenders match. We're going to get a referee out here. And whoever wins, they'll be facing me next week, and I will still be the WWE champion, as Drew said, as Keith Lee said, what the hell did you just say? And Sheamus ended up basically kicking him in, and, after that, it just kind of started the match after commercial, which was a very good opening segment and whatnot. So, Keith Lee basically putting out there, Sheamus, you cannot trust him. But Sheamus still kind of say, telling Drew you cannot trust Keith Lee. He's the one that's going to take you out. So we all know this is going to play into sooner or later. But we did kick it off with Keith Lee and Sheamus in a number one contenders match. A very good match, I should say, too. Also, like I said, Drew was on commentary. Keith Lee did end up winning this match with the Spirit Bomb. At least he won clean, which I think this was the right person to go over. I'm not sure if he's going to win the WWE title next week. I know a lot of people are also even mad about him winning tonight. Like, it's not going to make up for the past 3-4 months. I'm like, well, at least he won clean here. And whatnot. Sheamus, I still think they're trying to establish for him being McIntyre's friend until the right time is going to be to turn on him and whatnot. But I have no problem with Keith Lee winning, and he went over clean with the Spirit Bomb. So this was not a bad match to kick off the show. Elias and what was it? Freaking Gunner right there. I guess we were playing the guitar and everything until somebody was knocking on the door. Elias told him, don't pay attention to that. Just focus on the guitar and everything. Miz and Morrison came out as Miz was going against Grand Metalik. Miz still pissed about the Money in the Bank, as he, losing it over a week ago now at this point, as end up with Grand Metalik winning. Why was I even seeing this match to begin with Miz? I have literally no idea. But Metalik got the upset pin on Miz, getting out of Dodge then. So I don't know, but we're kind of getting into Miz later on tonight. I can't really say I care about this match this much between Miz and Grand Metalik. Next, Elias was still playing the guitar until ended up being AJ Styles and almost there, saying like, What are you playing music, man? You're not Johnny Cash. You're Johnny Trash, okay? And Styles said, he's been on the phone with WWE management. I'm trying to right a lot of wrongs right now. And you can't hear it because you keep playing that freaking guitar. And Elias, told Riker to back down. Styles upset because he couldn't get the job done at TLC. And Styles says, how about I break your finger so you can't play that guitar anymore tonight? So obviously we're going to get a match from both of these two. We got a lot of bodyguards in this segment also. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke came out as Shayna Baszler ended up facing Dana Brooke. I know Mandy got involved a couple times here and there on the apron, but it still ended up with Baszler getting the win over Dana Brooke with the Carafluta clutch. I'm almost surprised it lasted that long, but after that, Mandy Rose checked in on Dana Brooke, and then right after that, she got choked out too. So Baszler took both of them out then. Next, Alexa Bliss. Alexa's Playground, I guess we're calling this now. Yeah, as she said. She's swinging on her swing set, and talk about him returning. He could, be back. He's a little heated right now, but he could be returned for Legends Night on Raw, and he wants to meet his hero Hulk Hogan. I think we all know how that would turn out to be. We don't know who he prays to and whatnot, or takes any vitamins, but he will be back. And next thing, she called out Randy Orton to come out to the playground and told Randy Orton to come on down, but when his music played, he didn't come out, and Bliss tried it again, but since it didn't work, and she said, oh, you don't want to play with me anymore, Orton? Prim said, you start someone, you set somebody on fire one time, and, it goes straight to your head nowadays, and it was rude. Next thing you know, the Firefly Funhouse happened, and Randy Orton entered the Firefly Funhouse, going in there, and he looked around. He started beating up the puppets then, and he kept telling Bliss, like, the Fiend is not coming back. I sent them to hell. He's tearing apart the buzzer, the rabbit, everybody, just throwing all the puppets around, and Bliss is getting all pissed off, telling them to stop. And then she challenged Orton tonight, and Orton said, I accept then. So apparently we're going to get Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss for some apparent reason. Okay, I have no idea why, but I do know idea why, but we're gonna see where this is still going to go tonight. But yes, he entered the funhouse and beat the crap out of all the puppets there. Just destroy all the puppets. That's what we're gonna do. Destroy them, throw them around, rip them in half, tear their heads off, kill the puppets. That's what we're going with Orton right now. He's in the funhouse. We're continuing this. But right after that, though, we did get Charlotte. Charlotte was basically talking about she has a match with Nia Jax tonight, basically getting payback after Jax took her out months ago and whatnot. And, basically she's going to have a match with her tonight. AJ Styles went against Elias. Basically, both AJ and Elias now have bodyguards now. I thought it was kind of funny. Riker tried to run up on Styles, but almost just walked over. And then Riker got all scared and fell to the ground and just all backed up then. So I thought this guy was supposed to be tough, but now they got him backing up from Almost. But then Almost is like a 7'8" dude. It wasn't that, but both of these guys are just big in general. But I thought it was kind of funny. The match wasn't bad, but then again, aren't both of these guys technically heels? When you think about it, I'm sure everybody's just going to go with AJ Styles by default because it's AJ Styles, but aren't both of these guys heels? So, I'm like, wait a minute, it's a heel versus heel thing going on. Why are they doing this? I have no idea. I really had no idea, but it's like people like AJ, so they're going to pick AJ as default to like, other than Elias. Ricochet went against Mustafa Ali, which this is actually not a bad match. I actually thought it was pretty brutal. They actually put some pretty good shit out there. But I think given that both of these guys have really got nothing going on, Retribution is still dead, Ricochet is dead, it's kind of hard to care. But still, this is actually a really good match. I enjoyed it. It's just, like I said, it's just both of these guys in the position they're in right now, it's hard to care about at the same time too. But I actually did enjoy this match. I actually enjoyed the finish. The whole Koji clutch thing by Mustafa Ali, not bad. But then he got on the microphone after and told Ricochet, you have a chance at a new beginning and whatnot. how about you join Retribution? Ricochet made a decision. He said no. He ended up hitting Ricochet with the recoil as the rest of Retribution tried to come in and attack him, and he got away then. So honestly, this whatever feud continues. Even somebody asked me, is this the end game? I don't know what the end game to this at this point. I actually thought it was. Maybe Ricochet does join, but it's not a bad match. But at the same time, it's like you don't care just given this group, so it's hard to really care about this stuff. Next though, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are being interviewed. Basically, both are going to be in the Royal Rumble coming up soon and whatnot. So we kind of know that. It's not really much to say from that promo. Charlotte came out then as she was getting ready for a match with Nia Jax. But yeah, this match, I really got nothing much to say from this. Obviously, this ended up in DQ between Charlotte and Nia Jax. It went on like 10 minutes also until Baszler got in. Basically hit the careful clutch, and Asuka ended up chasing both of them off and everything. So, obviously we'll get a rematch sooner or later from both of these teams or something. So, I guess I just want to have nobody put over right here, but it's not much I can really say I cared about this match this much in general. I was just waiting for Charlotte to get her win back. The Hurt Business were coming to the building, basically messing with some other dude saying, you need to get out the way, and he ended up running off then in fear. Garza, which you haven't seen in a while, I feel like, Chad Caruso ended up trying to interview him and saying, who is this rose for and everything, and Garza, he never tells and whatnot. Truth comes in, and then next thing you know, the rest of the 24/7 guys end up chasing Truth as Garza end up giving the rose to Caruso right there, broken, which, Garza, I know they usually have this guy try to go around fuck anything that moves, but wasn't this dude really trying to bang Caruso at this one, like a long time now at this point? They kind of dropped it, and now she kind of came back for him, like, who's that rose for? We haven't talked in a while, so I'm like, yeah, wasn't this dude trying to hit that at one point? So, when was that really ever going to happen? Next, though, Jeff Hardy and, Matt Riddle were, congratulating New Day on Big E winning the Intercontinental title and everything. Wood saying we're going to tip the titles and whatnot. And, Riddle said, we could use the positively hard bros and whatnot, but, or the little bronies. But Wood said, man, let's take its copyright, okay? And, listen, we're going to make our entrance, all right? So we did get the Hurt Business versus the New Day, Jeff Hardy, and Matt Riddle. Not a bad tag match, but once again, this is like the third, fourth week in a row now. Bobby Lashley has gotten Jeff Hardy with the Hurt Lock. That's 3-4 times now I've seen this in a row. So where is this really going now at this point? I don't know if it's going to rematch or something for the U.S. title. I know Bobby Lashley says he's going for the in the Royal Rumble too, but it's like that's 3-4 times now that Jeff Hardy has been, in that Hurt Lock things and tapped out. So where is this really going? Miz and Morrison were on the steps sulking as Morrison. So you get past this, like John Cena did with Kevin Federline. But Miz said, this is Money in the Bank here. Adam Pearce said, you guys look as miserable as the Cleveland Browns yesterday. As, you know what? You are right about the Money in the Bank, though. You didn't cash it in. Morrison cashed it in. So you get your Money in the Bank briefcase back. Both celebrated and did some over-the-top dance. So, yes, folks, Miz is the Money in the Bank winner again. So, he still has it. He did not cash it in. It was Morrison that cashed it in. He is not the Money in the Bank winner. So, Miz still gets to live with this briefcase another day. So, obviously, they're not done with this Money in the Bank thing, even though it made more sense back at TLC. It's now, we're going to keep this thing rolling, okay? So, yeah, Miz is the Money in the Bank winner. But in the ending segment, we got Alexa Bliss coming out there. Randy Orton came in, asking where is he. Bliss said, it's not about him, it's about me. And she brought a gift box in. And actually, it was a gas can and some matches. And, she poured the gas around and, put the matches near his feet and everything. And, I know what you're here to do. And Bliss was laying in the middle of the ring, putting her arms out. Basically, I guess she wanted to be set on fire and whatnot. So she grabbed the gas, poured it all around the ring, almost made a trail of it, and told Orton to do it. I'll do it for you. Like, come on, do it. And Orton just kind of leaned around, and she says, you don't have the guts. Look at you. You're sick and demented and everything. You're nothing but a little bitch, as, Orton just kind of stood there. And he could have did if he wanted to. And, you think I'm not capable of doing this? I can do this right now. I want to do this, but I know what's going on here. You want the Fiend here, all right? and I know it's about to happen. So I'm just trying to process this whole thing going on right now. You want to go down with the Fiend and see him down there, don't you? As next, the lights change, and then it was all black. Orton had the match, and the announcer saying, "Randy, don't do it. Randy, don't do it." Like a close-up shot on him. We don't even see Bliss, so the show goes off the air. So we all have to play off like, okay, the cliffhanger is that he apparently set Bliss on fire, even though we never saw it, but that's what it looked like he was getting ready to do. Is he going to set her on fire? So, yeah, the show went off the air and went black before we could even see anything. So, we don't even know if she was even set on fire in that. So, was there a fire? Was there not a fire? I don't know. Raw was okay, and it's this week maybe decent more. Keith Lee getting the win over Sheamus for his title match next week. The ending segment, I'll say, wasn't bad with Orton and Bliss. Like I said, with those segments out there. That 8-man tag with Hurt Business, all of them wasn't really bad. Can't really say I got much. Don't reason why they had Baszler and Dana Brooke. I don't know why. Not Retribution, but Mustafa and Ricochet had a good match. It's just nobody cares about Retribution or just Ricochet in general. That's the kind of case behind that. Okay. So yeah, Raw was just kind of up and down, whatever. And I did kind of like the little Brody Lee tributes that were kind of going on throughout the night too. That was very subtle, also. Okay. But other than that, though, that is my review of Monday Night Raw tonight. Yeah, it's not. It was okay show. It wasn't as bad as usual, but it was okay. Do want to say, make sure you check out my end of the year review that's uploaded online right now. Me and my friend Kyle talked nearly almost 5 hours yesterday, and it took a long time to upload, and I got it finally uploaded online today. Okay, but we nearly spent 5 hours on everything from wrestling, from pandemic stories, matches, everything much we can take from all of wrestling, and talk about the whole thing from every company that is out there, news stories or releases or any of that stuff, okay? We spent a long time, so go check out the 2020 end of the year review that is uploaded online right now, okay? Other than that, though, that is my review of Monday Night Raw tonight. I'm out of here. Most likely I'll be back I'll be back Wednesday, I should say. Like I said, Impact's doing best of shows right now. So, be back from NXT and AEW, which I know they had to change the whole name. It'll be a tribute show for Brody Lee, but we'll talk about that later in the week because I know the card was changed up, but it is a tribute show now. But other than that, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at HoodNight890. See you guys later. Check out the end of the year review. Peace out.